As far as ideas go, you'll need to get comfortable with the idea that the troops are not actually immortal.
Entering into the classical era, we are not quite as famous as we would like to be. Yes, that is us at the very bottom, but big things are to come from this era, I am sure of it. We have our cities established, and now as the Persians will be able to keep a much higher city cap. So we're going to go over here to Sus, where we are the patron of this city-state, and we will start the assimilation to swing them over onto our
They may
side.
seem small, but great things can come from small beginnings.
Now, by start assimilation, they just meant assimilate them straight up. There is no waiting. We have them now. We have them now. We're going to build the farmers' quarters over here, and then... Ooh, they had not developed the city very much, so we want to get that running. But we do take over all of their armies at the exact same moment here, and by getting this city, we have access to horses, which means that we have the archers. Wait, yes, I can upgrade them to... There we go. Our unique unit, the chariot. We also want to upgrade these guys. We still have a scout in our army. That's hilarious. Okay, so we got 2 units of spearmen, and then the chariot and the chariot archers. Not a bad little unit here. So we will join them together. And we will march. War against Avaris is on the corner, is my aim. Here in Memphis, I think that it is time to get... Oh, we want to get irrigation. And then we are going to want to establish the Pyramid of Giza. Be able to get this wonder of the ancient world established, which is going to decrease the cost of all of our future districts. Oh wait, what is the tile restriction here? Must be placed next to or on top of a river. I kind of like the look of it right here. There we go. We'll get the pyramid going. And so a cool thing about these wonders is that they can be shared projects between multiple cities. So while Memphis will work on it, once our other cities are available, they can add their production values to be able to help complete it. Like here, we could get Akkad to be able to contribute as well, or I don't know. I mean, right now we're within the city cap, so destroying Akkad seems like a bad idea, especially once we've already developed it. I think holding on to it and waiting for a point where we are able to assimilate cities is going to be a good idea. Taking... Is it Imperial Power? That lets us relocate our capital. There's an upgrade where you will be able to assimilate other cities. Looking at the balance of power here on our continent, blue is right with us in terms of score, and green is far away ahead of us. They're in 3rd in the game overall, so I think that we need to be able to curb green's expansion. So making sure that we are friends with blue, I think is the better idea here.
You come to me with a proposition. Let us
Pass
see
some
what is
trades.
possible.
Can we get share maps? I always like being able to see what you see. I don't want to show us yet. Alright, well. With time, I'm sure we can persuade them to be our friends. Our army composition. We can either have cheaper units or have them fight stronger. I think I'm going to go for the additional combat strength.
That people shouldn't have to
Be able to get a little bit of an advantage even when we are at even footing with our opponents. Akkad is ready to help over here. There we go. Be able to crank out that pyramid. Get the nationwide bonuses going. Is this a army from Avaris? They're an independent people. Etruscans. Is these Etruscan? I don't think that this army belongs to this unit. These guys are operating on their own. But we will still set out to destroy them to be able to win these military stars. Which way do I want to approach the battle? Definitely this way. It'll limit their deployment zones. And with our brand new technology, we are able to have this army appear as a reinforcement. So we're going to go ahead and play this one out to be able to show it off. So we have our initial placement of units here, and then right over here, no, I do want this open. I can deploy the units out of this, and then they're able to move and attack immediately. So right here is one of our chariots. So we will ride them around on the high ground, be able to take a shot here. Deploy even more chariots. Oh, it's glorious. Get the scouts in. The scouts can win. I think I actually want the experience on my other units, though. We can flank over here with this chariot to be able to pick off these warriors, and then we can run the scouts. Yeah, we'll put the scouts up. Oh, it's actually that the chariots are able to move after firing. That's kind of fun. Be able to reposition. I'm not too worried about where they are right now, though. They're coming out and fighting us. Okay. Well, I guess they have chosen to switch and be very aggressive here. Well, we roll into one battle right after another. I would have liked to have more time to heal, but we can still take advantage here. Well, this is setting us up well to be able to earn our stars. I do like seeing this. Oh no, the flooded lands! And this is on Coast God. No, how could the coast have been flooded? So we can gamble our population for a chance at terrible consequences. We can try to adapt for a small fee and a chance of bad consequences, or we can choose to protect, pay a large fee, and get a chance of good consequences, which is what I'm going to go to because I also like the progress social access, being able to give us more science.
With 5 farmers' orders, people certainly have enough bread. With 5 sexes, people don't.
I think that here, out of our options, we are going to go for even more city cap,
Yield to the
so that we can keep on rolling over these free cities and pick up even more rewards. Man, Avaris is just keeping on feeding us attacks. We have all our reinforcements. We're up against chariots and archers, so they have an even stronger army this time. It's a pity that they could not have brought them against us in a coordinated manner. Otherwise, they would have done much better. I do feel a little bit of an obligation to protect these guys because they are descendants of our original tribesmen, so we're gonna run them into the city and then tell them to just hole up and defend. They took the initial barrage, which was all I needed out of them. So blue has become the Celts. I would still like to be able to get open maps shared with them, but I don't necessarily want to pay more. I don't care too much about them. We're looking to be able to roll over Avarice and then... Oh, here. Oh, I have to refuse his counteroffer. Okay. Interesting. They just keep on... Here, what's their numbers? What are they throwing at us this time? A spearman and an archerer. Yeah, I'm not going to keep on fighting these. We got them, basically. We can upgrade to immortals out of our spearmen. Being able to bring in the unique unit is going to give us a pretty significant damage increase. Yeah, we'll keep the scout with the army. I actually kind of like having it, like, he's still out there fighting. I don't even know what the scouts are going to be able to upgrade to. We have built the wonder. The Pyramid of Giza is complete. Sitting here on the coast. Oh, it's magnificent. It is magnificent. Okay, so we acknowledge this. And acknowledge this. Where is the new wonder that we could grab? Here we go. So some of the wonders were already claimed. We lost Statue of Zeus and the Meliseum at Halicarnassus? We could pick up the Colossus of Rhodes, giving us stability and fame. And then, what is this giving us? Militia are not lost over time during sieges. So when somebody is laying a siege of a major city with some defense improvements, the city is able to turn units of its normal citizens into like conscripts to fight for it. But as the longer the siege goes, they starve and they die away. I don't think that's super important for us. Lighthouse of Alexandria, giving us stability. Vision range. I think the vision range will be explicitly from Lighthouse of Alexandria. And then on naval units, we get additional combat strength and 2 naval movement speed. The Lighthouse of Alexandria, I mean, this is still very Egyptian themed, and I am okay with this. We will claim this wonder. I love it. I think we're going to hold off on building it for at least a little bit though. Here in Unwanted. I mean, yeah, we do want more food. We also want to be able to establish the satraps' palaces in as many locations as possible. I think it is actually time to attack Avaris. We have the open city slot, so we can get in here and claim this city for ourselves, and then probably look to explore over here and be able to establish an outpost. Make sure that our opponents do not get to it first. So here's what I was talking about with the conscripts. They have levies here that they have been able to bring in based on their population, and the longer we keep the siege, they will die off. Also, as we keep the siege, we will be able to build battering rams for ourselves to knock down the walls and whatnot, but we don't care too much. They were worn down to nothing with all those extra wars at our borders, so we've managed to conquer this without expending too much effort. So the commander of one of our armies is becoming so famous with the population that he is looking for political office. We can either choose to promote him, low chance of bad consequences, and moving us more toward the homeland focus, or we can marginalize him, moving us towards authority. We will promote the commander. We love the Defense Force 1. These guys. It's this guy specifically. He's been with us from the very beginning. We'll embark on the river here. Ah, so this is where those other random mercenaries showed up out of.
So, will
All
this
right, let's drive them
independent
out.
people be an ally or an enemy? A balance or a blessing? Their future may not be in their hands. Other empires are nervously wondering what is being built in those 5 next quarters. New independent people. And who are they? Time will tell if they're helpful, hopeless, or history.
What do we want to be able to research next? We have philosophy, which will give us yet another additional city cap. We have sailing here, but sailing is only giving us fishmonger. And this Pentakanammer, I don't know, it doesn't even lead to anything. So I think that we push on, research the new stuff out of the classical era. Conquest? Is this all attached to Knock over here? Ah, Knock's at war with us, alright. And the patron of Knock is our opponents over here, our rivals in green.
Sovereign.
The Maya. Very aggressive, very high war support. They might instigate the war with us, which I am totally fine with. That would give us some extra war support if they are actually the ones to declare war against us. But in the meantime, wiping out all these units is giving us, let's check our progress, to the next era. All these military stars. That's where we've gotten most of it. We have to kill 2 more units, and we will get the 3rd militarist star. And then what other stars do we have coming our way? We have a builder star that is close by. We want to be able to gain 2 more territories to get the expansionist stars. We can gain 1 by attaching that territory that we just put a watchtower into. And scientist star, yeah. Okay, the agrarian star is a long way off, unfortunately.
Debate and discussion are not the pastimes of the idle, but the actions of thinkers and movers who will touch every aspect of civilization.
This is actually yet another free city. They were all lined up right in here. Incredible. Well, our conquest will continue. We're going to knock over every single free city. Bring them under our dominion.
So will this independent people be an ally, a barrier, or a blessing? Their future may not be in their hands.
This one I think we are going to destroy, and then we're going to look to knock over here. So which one do we want to keep? Because we could keep this one and then destroy knock, build a outpost, and then tag it over. It probably doesn't make too much difference if that is the plan all along.
Five market quarters is a nice start to a healthy bank account, and visits from previously unheard of relatives.
How do we feel about slaves? We can gain a bonus population per ransack for war slaves, or we can do criminal slaves, being able to get on commons quarters additional food and industry. The labor camps. Oof. I don't usually do too much ransacking, but gaining that bonus population per ransack, that's a lot of population that you can pick up. We're gonna go for what I'm used to, criminal
I hope you
slaves.
don't start altering law enforcement
Practices, just to get your production quotas filled.
Hey guys, look at this. Look at this. We're out of last place. Oh, it's amazing. We're coming on strong here. All these conquests, all these little city-states. Oh, they took over Nock before we got there. No. All right. That was going to be my conquest. Friendly relations between us have never existed, but they're even more strained now. We have any demands? We don't. Okay, here we go. Because they hate us, they're hate-filled. Am I not able to... Why can't I do any treaties? Oh, they're demanding that we just pay them? No. Oh, they just forgave that grievance. Okay, they know we're strong. And now they want us to give them the city that we just captured. So we'll refuse that. Now they're demanding that we give the city here, the free city that we just captured. So we'll refuse that. Refuse all of their demands. And we just scare them off the negotiating table. All right. Share maps. Oh, you refuse to share maps? Well, now I am going to demand that you accept. Okay, so this whole negotiating game is how you can start wars. So basically, you go to crises, and so you see list of demands here, and you can either push those demands. Well, they give you grievances. So the hierarchy is things happen between you. You get grievances. If you can turn the grievances into demands. So they did something wrong, right? They did not sign our treaty because they hate us. So then I took offense to that and demanded that they sign the treaty. They still do not want to sign, but the longer that our demand stands, the more our people will be willing to go to war. And then if we hit a high enough war support, we will be able to declare war. They're already at max war support because of all of the settling that we've done on their borders and conquering these little cities that they had either guaranteed or had patroned. So negotiations have never been worse. Relations have never been worse. We'll go send this army to South Wall. The idea was it was going to be a bastion against their expansion. And we will leave this army down here prepared to attack Noak when the war starts. It would be nice to know what was down here, but without a navy, we'll not be able to find out. Southwall is not really appropriate anymore because we have conquered something to the south of it that I want to rename Southwall. So, what will this be? Heartland. It's kind of in the center here, right? So then this becomes Southwall. So Heartland here has a great territory with all this river just stretching down here. It's just that it can't really like get to be able to use it very well. So I think that we give them this outpost. That gives us the expansion of Star, which will allow us to advance into the next stage. But first, we want to be able to work here in Southwall and or Heartland. Now I'm tripping up myself. Okay, now we can expand and get better food production going. I would like to go this way so that I can incorporate this river into our production. And there we go. Also, of course, want to make money, buddy. Oh, I don't want to remove the farmer's quarters. This whole area seems to be like really built up. The man of ambition, the leader of our famous army. Even without soldiers under his control, the one-time commander of the Defense Force 1 is up to his old tricks. With your backing, his influence has not only grown, he has now tries to rule the great city of High Point by himself. What do you do with him? We can assassinate him, take him out, or we can bribe him. His ambitions can be tempered by his greed. We'll think of it as an investment into keeping this important city for us, yes. I don't really want it to lose any more stability. Well, the breakdown on stability is not hurting us too much until it gets below 30, so I guess we'll just take him out. And with that political assassination, it shows that we are ready to advance to the early medieval era. Incredible. We really came on strong in this era, being able to take over High Point unwanted, Heartland, settle over here, even pick up Southwall, and we have a war with our neighbors Green to the east coming on the horizon. So we want to be able to pick our medieval faction with that in mind, that we are looking for military performance out of whatever we are choosing. There's a bunch of really awesome medieval factions here. What we are going to pick up is the Khmer. They are a builder-focused civ, giving us additional industry on Maker's Quarters, which is kind of synergizing with the Egyptian foundations that we laid for our empire. They give us the Beret, giving us more industry per population, also giving us food, which is going to be very nice for growing all of these tiny cities that we have picked up in this age. And we get more industry per adjacent rivers. And there are tons of rivers just snaking all through our cities. And then we get the war elephant. We have an elephant carrying a ballista that we can move into battle. Now, researching it is going to be a number of turns away, so being able to actually fight with it in this age is going to be challenging to pick it up. And it also costs a lot of resources. We'll see how many of these we're actually able to field, but hopefully we can. Now it's just time to lock them in, send you guys over through the animation, and hope to see you guys in the next episode.
Wisdom and technical innovation from earlier eras bring humankind new knowledge, and we immediately use it to find new ways to kill each other off. Greater empires build more powerful armies, but brute strength may be defeated by superior innovations. It is brains versus brawn, with ever richer cities as tempting spoils for the victor.